Let's learn the up-down game. This is Coco Riley, and she's doing this for the very first time. I have a bowl, I have some treats, and all I'm going to do is simply wait for her to look at me on her own accord. When she looks at me, I'll mark and toss a treat in the bowl. Now, all of this is totally about your dog doing things on their own accord. I'm not going to call her name. I'm not going to make fun noises. It's totally okay if she gets distracted. You'll see that multiple times in the video. Whenever she decides to bring herself over to me, give me her attention on her own, I will again mark and drop that treat in the bowl. Very simple, very easy. Now here she gets distracted for quite some time. The point of this game is to gauge your dog's attention level, especially when you start doing this exercise in more distracting areas, which you'll see just a bit in the video. You're going to find that your dog is going to engage with you less until that environment becomes a little bit more familiar to them. When your dog is engaging with you more, that means that your dog is more likely to work successfully, so you can start asking for those behaviors like sit, down, leash walking, things like that. If your dog is not engaging with you on their own, that means that they're not in the right state of mind to work. All right, let's go ahead and change the environment. We're going to move over into the lobby. Surprisingly, it didn't take her very long to start engaging with me despite the change in the environment, which I was very happy with. In total, Coco and I recorded a video for about 11 minutes, and then I kind of chopped it up for the most successful opportunities for you to watch. And again, this was her very first time that she did it, so it will take some time with your kiddo to catch on to some of these things, especially when you're working in higher distracting environments. Again, totally not illegal for her to get distracted. We want our dogs to be able to gather information from their environment, to adapt to their environment, and then to start feeling more comfortable in their environment so that way we can start working successfully as a team. Now, this is where we totally up the distraction level of what's going on. This part is very boring, but I promise you, just hang on with me. Things will definitely start to change. I actually changed what I did in the video and like what my target goals were as far as rewarding, because I noticed that this was such a distracting environment for her. So you will notice that she hardly gives me any sort of engagement here, and that again is okay. Coco has never really been to this part of my facility before. We obviously do lots of training here. She's probably sniffing out treats, sniffing out the other dogs. There was a bunch of stuff that happened at this facility before I took over it. So she is just definitely very distracted and just needing to really gain her bearings about the environment that she's now working in. And again, this is part of why we do this. If I were to start asking Coco for sit or for down or for anything, I know that I'm not going to be very successful. Here is where my goals start to change. She sees a dog passing by. While previously I was working for her to look at me before I rewarded, I decided that Coco also deserved a reward for remaining neutral to watching this person walk by and not get too excited. Again, she still hasn't really engaged with me a ton. She's still very distracted. The trigger, the stimulus has now passed. But she definitely hears a bunch of other things going on around the facility. And I thought maybe if I sit down, will that make it a little bit easier for her to engage with me? I found that she wasn't really looking up, so I wasn't getting much engagement. So I thought maybe if I brought myself down to her level, that might increase my success, and it sure did. So now I'm treating for two things. If she sees something, hears something, and I notice that she sees it or hears it but remains neutral, I'll reward for that. And of course, if she looks at me, engages with me, I'll reward that as well.